Did you see President Marcos's imprint in this particular speech?
Yes, I think so. He's trying to present a lot of numbers. He's trying to show that he's very knowledgeable, that he has concrete plans, and the reason and I think the reason why he's trying to deliver some of the parts in Filipino is really trying to reach out to the public, but at the same time trying to project himself as someone who's intellectually prepared to discuss his various policies. So I think that was the strategy in terms of the mixed language of this SONA.
Prof. Ronnie, di ba, the news reports that came out on the eve of the SONA were mostly about the president polishing his speech and basically Malacanang claiming that he was writing the speech himself. Did you see President Duterte? President Marcos in the speech? Walang mura, so walang president. Si President.
That's
Makain
part
na
of
naman
your,
ko to. Oo.
that's part of Christian's stream of consciousness.
Alright.
A slip of the tongue na naman. Lumilengwa na naman.
Correct.
No,
May
No,
nangungumusta.
Best
Nangungumusta
president.
si Sec Edu.
yeah, it's
Somebody
hard to
said
say. It's
Go
hard
ahead.
to say, Christian, whether he was the one who wrote it. I'm pretty sure that there were many who contributed to the speech. We've seen presidents basically reviewing their SONA. Eventually, of course, they would rewrite certain parts of it because some speech writers are worthy, but basically, I think the speech was tailor fitted for BBM to deliver. I do agree that the switching from Filipino to English was good. I don't know whether that was part of the 20 million budget because if you have this simultaneous translations, it's a little
There we
bit
go.
It's a little bit costly. Since I've been watching the speeches of both the Senate President and the Speaker of the House and then the SONA, basically it's like Chis Escudero. I was expecting him to speak in Filipino, but he was also using both English and Filipino. So I think that's one way for him to reach out to a wider audience. Remember that the late President Noynoy basically delivered the SONA all in Filipino. I think that's one thing that we can say was good with regard to the SONA. So the English and Filipino, he spoke in Filipino and then translated to English. I didn't see the simultaneous translation, so I don't know where the 20 million was spent for.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
That's fine.
Nagbe-behave pa kami, pero si Prof. Ronnie bumalat na eh. O sige, simulan na natin. Okay, nagtagalog na bigla, no? No, anyway, the tone that was set by the president, that's a good point raised by Alan and Prof. Ronnie, no? Yung he walked alone, looking pensive. I don't know whether he was actually pensive, pero that was the optics. Pero yung introduction niya, the hard lesson of this last year has made it very clear that whatever current data proudly bannering our country as among the best performing in Asia means nothing to a Filipino who is confronted by the price of rice at 45 to 65 pesos per kilo. I-deconstruct, i-dissect natin yung opening statement niya, no? Bigas. Sinisingil siya usually rin sa pangako or aspiration niya, 20 peso per kilo na bigas. Statistics, hindi niya binanggit yung actual stats, pero he tried to humanize it. He tried to somehow put a reality check that kahit gaano kaganda yung stats, hindi pa rin nararamdaman siguro ng ordinary Filipino. What do you think of that tone in terms of beginning his speech?
I'm glad he started with that. It shows, again, I'm sure that was very well crafted and very well curated that he started with that. Kasi nga, in-acknowledge niya agad. Hindi yung paligoy-ligoy pa. He went straight to the point. Oo, aram ko na hindi ninyo ramdam yung mga so-called macroeconomic gains natin. Numero lang yan. Pero, may ginagawa kami. And ang ginagawa namin are the following. So, the mga PR is public relations, perception, reality. PR is also presenting the problem and offering the resolution. So, he started with that. Binigay na niya agad yung problema.
Yeah,
Right.
but I don't agree that he presented the solution. He presented what has been accomplished so far in terms of the amount of rice that has been produced. But whether that's a solution is something else.
Taas ng standards, Christian. Mataas ang standards ni Prof. Ronnie.
Medyo masama na kain ko ngayong gabi. So,
Basta magising na Prof. Ronnie, no? Unang-una, he was the first to fire the first shot. Prof.
No, but-
Shelo,
but
medyo
I-
naiinit ako, Prof. Shelo. Mabait pa.
Yun na nga eh. Sabi ko, susundan ko na ba yun? Actually, I agree that it's actually some kind of humbling yung presentation niya without recognizing that they made the mistake, because he is actually bragging. We're doing great in terms of the economy, and now we're trying to address this problem because this is what actually the Filipinos are experiencing, yung presyo ng bigas. But the way that while he was presenting all these numbers, nagko-compute na ako sa brain ko, and I remember reading this article about the statement of the Federation of Agricultural Farmers and the feasibility and reality of this low price of rice. No, may computation yun na pinakita. Sinasabi kasi this program of 29 pesos per kilo of rice that's being promised to be accessible to the 30% income percentile translate to 11,000 metric tons of rice per day. And it also translates to 22 pesos government subsidy per kilo. So it translates to about 220 million pesos a day. So if this promise of the president is true, as a former finance person in government, where is he going to get the money to finance all these promises that he's making? And that's the first bullet pa lang, ha?
Okay.
Nandun pa lang tayo sa rice.
Di ba galing
So
sa
for
Pinas?
me, masarap pakinggan, pero kaya bang i-deliver? I don't think so.
Okay. Second shot fired by Professor Shelo Magno. At this point, we would like to acknowledge the presence of a very important guest, so important that he decided to arrive late. Not fashionably, though. So I'd like to welcome the late Secretary Edu saan siya? Manzanas, aka Ronald Llamas. Good evening, sir. Thank you.
I like your background, sir.
Been waiting for 15 minutes eh. Nagsimula na pala kayo.
That's sorry, we can't understand you. What did you say? We're speaking in straight English here. We're not too familiar with the language.
Wow.
Definitely.
Wow, I thought yung damit lang ang formal, pati pala yung lingwahe formal din.
Again, sir, do you need a translation?
There's simultaneous translation.
Medyo hirap po kami mag-Tagalog na yan. So,
English
by the
pala
way,
rin. English?
Sorry?
English pala to, parang Rappler. Parang Rappler pala to.
Yeah,
25
parang,
minutes too late ka daw.
Buti na lang, I texted Shelo. Nalaman ko, nagsimula na.
Ibig sabihin, sir, hindi kayo nanonood.
Nasa backstage ka.
Kung po kayo ng Viber, malalaman nyo na message ko kayo kanina pa.
Wala ko nakuha. Anyway,
Anyway, we already started talking about the third State of the Nation address of the President. Siguro, since medyo late kayo, ayaw naman namin i-recap yung pinag-usapan namin for your purpose. Para sa classroom lang yan. So let's pretend that we are starting the program again. So welcome to tonight's episode of Facts First. I'm Christian Esguerra. I'd like to welcome to our program former presidential political advisor Ronald Llamas, the president of the Point Six movement. So Secretary and Senator Llamas, what do you think? Let's talk about your first impressions of the President's State of the Nation address. You can talk about the tone first before you go into substance. Go ahead, sir.
I was impressed with the opening statement about the high growth rate of the country this past year, and yet the feeling of most Filipinos is that they're not experiencing these high growth rates. So this self-criticism was very important, but after that, it went downwards, like a report on your professor about what you have done this past year. So, kailangan mo talaga tuloy-tuloy na English to.
Baon.
May tesoros.
Baon na English.
Parang kinakapos na ako eh. Kinapos ako. Dalawang sentence ko lang, kinapos na ako.
May tesoros sa likod mo, may tesoros.
Pagod na, no?
Nakaka-intimidate.
Naubos ba sa guesting kanina? Saan ba? Rapper? Saan pa?
Oo, medyo Inglesan sa Rappler kanina.
Okay. Sige, you were saying?
So yung opening at saka ending is the most defining part of the Sona. Yung everything in between ay medyo mutik ako makatulog.